How's everyone doing? Today I have a horror Blu-ray and DVD collection update with 6 pickups, and let me know if you've seen any of these movies and one TV show and what you think of them, and let me know which one of these is your favorite, and let me know what I should watch first because I've only seen one of these. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up is Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Now, I haven't seen the first Escape Room movie. This is the recent sequel. So I don't know if I need to see that one or not. I've heard people say you don't. They have kind of like a recap at the beginning of this one. But this one is the extended cut. It includes over 25 minutes of all new footage, including alternate beginning and alternate ending. I saw some people post like it felt like a completely different movie. So that's interesting. I feel like these kind of movies, even Saw as well, were influenced by the Cube movies. Cube is a really good, underrated horror movie. I feel like everybody talked about it years ago, but I haven't really heard too many people talk about it in the past few years. I have a Canadian Blu-ray release for that one, but Cube 0, Cube 2, those, I like the franchise overall, but the first Cube is my favorite. If you haven't checked out Cube, definitely check that one out. Cube for sure influenced movies like this and Saw, when they're trapped in rooms, they have to figure things out. This is essentially, the escape room fad that's so big right now. It's just a life and death take, I guess, from what I've seen. I really like the lead actress here, Taylor Russell. She reminds me so much of this girl that I went to high school with. Looks just so much like her, it's crazy. But yeah, so this one is, the extended cut, alternate ending and beginning. And I've seen the clips for it. It looks like it's going to be palpable tension all throughout, and then trying to figure out the clues to get out of there. And it's going to be, it's 6 people, I guess, and they're, they're I think they're the survivors of the previous games, and they're all back towards against the Tournament of Champions. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out from Sony. And it's interesting when they do these, alternate cuts and stuff like that. It can very much change the viewing experience. Next up is the lone one that I have seen, and that's All Hallows Eve, which is an amazing horror anthology movie, Halloween set horror anthology movie, and it stars Art the Clown. It's the very first feature-length film with Art the Clown. Everybody knows Terrifier. If you like Terrifier, check this one out. A different actor in the role, but I actually think this is a much better film story-wise. Terrifier, there was barely any story there, but the gore effects were amazing, and Art the Clown is a horror icon in my opinion. But this is definitely an incredible Halloween horror anthology movie. There's one segment which isn't very good. I think it was budgetary constraints, but besides that, it was awesome. And Art the Clown is just so creeptastic, and I really enjoyed the heck out of this one. And it's a good gore, especially towards the end of this one. So I really like this, and I feel like nobody ever talks about it. And if you like Art the Clown, check this one out. It's worth checking out for Halloween horror anthology movies too. It doesn't get enough love. For a long time it was DVD only, but they have a Blu-ray for it now, and it looks like it's kind of like that burn-on-demand style, which is kind of popular, and that glossy disc, and then there you go, kind of like that gray back there, but it's officially pressed. I got it from Amazon. So All Hallows Eve with Art the Clown, super creeptastic. Next up are there's going to be 3 Warner Archive titles, and I really like what Warner Archive is doing. They've done some really good horror releases too. Some ones that I think are kind of underrated are Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface. Really enjoy that one in the franchise. Don't hear that being talked about as much. Another one is Innocent Blood, Night School, The Hidden. I'm trying to look. I know I have a few over here on the side, but those are just like a few off the top of my head that I think are really good Warner Archive horror releases that are underrated. Innocent Blood, Night School, The Hidden, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Leatherface. There's a bunch of other ones, but those ones in particular I feel like don't get quite as much love, and they should. But this is Ghost Ship and Bedlam. Bedlam stars Boris Karloff and Anna Lee. And Boris Karloff, of course, a horror legend. But it's he's ruling a London asylum, and it's set in 1761, and he's ruling with an iron fist. And I guess there's going to be a lot of violence going on. And then Ghost Ship has apparently no ties to the Ghost Ship from, I want to say, like early 2000s. And which, to me, that Ghost Ship movie has one of the most awesome beginning scenes, intro scenes for a horror movie ever. Love that. I actually still have to pick up the Scream Factory release for that one. But yeah, this is a double feature, and it's classic RKO horror films from legendary producer Val Lewton. And Ghost Ship sounds really intriguing too. They're bound for Patagonia in this freighter, and one of them witnesses one of the crew people which is a murder by the ship's captain, who is apparently going insane. So it's just going to be a violent test of that, and then a lot of other crew members don't believe him. So that sounds really intriguing to me, and anything with Boris Karloff I'll check out. Next up is Eye of the Devil right here, and this one was really interesting to me. I like the cast a lot in here. You've got Sharon Tate, Donald Pleasance, Flora Robertson, David Hemmings, Edward Mulhare, Emlyn Williams, and then David Nevin and Deborah Kerr. Deborah Kerr, an amazing actress. She was in The Innocents. She was in An Affair to Remember. So many great movies, From Here to Eternity. But I really enjoy her as an actress. And this one sounds really intriguing to me. This is one of those ones where, like, if I didn't, even read the synopsis, the cover would be a sell to me. I just think that stands out. Eye of the Devil too. That's one thing I don't like. I feel like the title should be bigger. The tagline right here. This is the climax and mind-chilling horror. So huge, and then down there's the title. So much of a smaller print right there in font. But yeah. So this is basically about. They say it's kind of like a Wicker Man-esque. Yeah, it says it's a chiller reminiscent of the Wicker Man, and so Deborah Kerr is an outsider, and she goes to her husband's estate, ancestral chateau, which she finds out is home to witches, warlocks, a sinister priest, and 12 hooded figures, and terror. So it sounds really intriguing to me. I love the cast here. Donald Pleasance, obviously recently you saw the flashback scene in Halloween Kills. Let me know what you thought of Halloween Kills. I seem to be in the minority in thinking it was a disappointment overall. I think it's one of the worst in the franchise. I actually prefer the 2018 Halloween movie, but I feel like, again, I'm in the minority. I feel like most people hated that one and loved Halloween Kills. I've heard people saying Halloween Kills is one of the best in the franchise, 9 out of 10s, and blows my mind. Some amazing kills. Great score from John and Cody Carpenter. The flashback scene was awesome. It was cool to see Jim Cummings, the actor and director of Wolf of Snow Hollow, which I love the heck out of that one. Really unique take on the werewolf genre. But that flashback scene was the best part. But the rest of it, the characters, the actions, the evil dies tonight, how many times did we need to hear that? Just everything else was just the dialogue was so bad, and just the actions of the character. It was like an insurance commercial where it's kind of a parody on the slashers. Why don't we go in that running car right there? And they're like, no, let's hide behind the wall of chainsaws. That was like all the actions of the characters in Halloween Kills. And people were saying, oh, it's a slasher movie. What are you expecting? Expect better. I mean, even by Halloween franchise standards, it was campy and absurd. For me, Halloween is my least favorite of the big 3 slasher franchises: Nightmare on Elm Street, and then Friday the 13th. And people can pick at those ones, but I feel like even the worst ones of those are better than a lot of the better films of the Halloween franchise. I love the first 3. I know Season of the Witch gets a lot of hate. It was cool to see the masks of Season of the Witch and Halloween Kills too. That was another little nice nod right there. But for me, Season of the Witch is one of the best Halloween horror movies ever. Don't think of it in the Halloween franchise. This is Michael Myers. Think of it as a standalone film. They were going to do that every subsequent sequel if it did well. It didn't, so they brought back Michael Myers. It's going to be a new story. But I don't know. I was really disappointed in Halloween Kills, and I'm going to watch Halloween Ends, but my expectations are lower now. Let me know what you think of Halloween Kills, even if you liked it. I feel like this is definitely a really polarizing film. It's a love it or hate. There doesn't seem to be a lot of middle ground right there. I digress, though. This one seems really awesome, and I can't wait to see what Warner Archive Collection releases in the future. Here's another one that I'm really excited to check out. I've seen Village of the Damned, but I haven't seen Children of the Damned, which is the sequel right here. It's 6 gifted kids. These little kids right there are found to be, having these telekinetic powers, and the government essentially wants to get rid of them, and that can be dangerous for anybody who tries to get in their way. So the children all live in England, but they're from different parts of the world. They're geniuses, and they have psychic powers, and none of them have fathers, and no one knows where they came from. And there's a psychologist trying to get to the bottom of everything. Very reminiscent of the Village of the Damned story. It always has that kind of like Twilight Zone feel, the Village of the Damned for me, which John Carpenter did a remake of that as well. But it made me kind of tie into the Halloween right there. But it's funny to hear him talk about John Carpenter. I watched an interview recently where he was talking about Halloween 2, how he thought it was terrible, but he loves Halloween 3. But yeah, so just kind of coming full circle with this sequel right here. I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I've seen Village of the Damned, but never seen this one, and it sounds like very reminiscent of that one. I love the original Village of the Damned too, and haunting film, and I feel like it's going to have that same kind of feel to it. And I can finally get rid of my double feature DVD, which I've had for a bit. I've been meaning, I put my watch pile, which is crazy. So I gotta stop getting movies until I watch more movies in my watch pile. I'm trying to get rid of all the movies in my collection that I haven't seen and decide if I want to keep them, because I'm not one of those people that just keeps everything. I just don't understand the point of that. Space is at a premium. You see the 2 bookcases right here. I've got I think 13 total bookcases now. There's just no room. I got piles all over the sides of me too. So yeah, if it's a movie I can't see myself rewatching again, it's got to go. There's no reason to keep it otherwise. I don't keep things just to have them. I don't understand that mindset. I'm also one of those people that opens the movies as soon as I get them. Apparently, like a lot of people on here buy movies and never open them, which is mind-blowing to me. Recently, I've had 2 different issues where I've gotten movies and they've had the wrong discs inside. So if you want to watch the movies, right, that's the whole point. You got to open them, check to make sure everything's right in there. There's no damage, the discs aren't scratched, they're the right discs in there. So there you go. I digress. The final pickup right here is a DVD, and it's Clarice Season 1. Now, I don't consider Silence of the Lambs to be a horror movie. I always thought it to be like a crime thriller. A lot of people do consider it to be a horror movie, so that's why I'm kind of throwing this one in here. And I just got it. It's Clarice Starling, and this even says in the back, new psychological thriller. It's kind of diving into her personal life, and it's set 1 year after the events of Silence of the Lambs. And she returns to the field, and she's pursuing serial murderers and predators, and says she's involved in high-stakes political role of Washington, D.C. as well. And it looks like it's going to have some good supporting cast right there. A few recognizable people. So Cal Penn, I believe his name is. But yeah, and then he's a great character actor too. But yeah, so I'm interested in this story. I like Clarice Starling as a character in Silence of the Lambs. Really iconic. And that film, I remember watching that film in film class, actually. I think it was an American film. But we like deep dove into it. You could just dissect so many, so many different movies. But you can look at different angles, different way that they're shot. You can read into it. And I thought it was really kind of interesting. Opened up my mind, that class especially, and actually taking a look into Silence of the Lambs. But I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I haven't heard too much, but the things that I have heard have been positive. So this is a Paramount release, and it's a 4-disc set. I'll do a quick unboxing right here, 90 minutes of exclusive bonus features. Another thing to keep physical media. A lot of the bonus features are maybe only DVD or Blu-ray only, essentially physical media only. And there are the discs like that, which they have the episodes on each disc. And then I'll go ahead and show you the interior artwork, which again has the episodes on there for each disc. And I appreciate interior artwork. But yeah, I don't know, I like having something tangible for any kind of digital stuff. You don't actually own it. Flickster went under, some other one went under, and they lost your whole library of films. And then at any time they could take it down, anytime they could edit it, censor certain things, and that'll never be the case for physical. You can have it, you can watch it always how you remember it, always how it was intended. So end mini rant there, off onto a lot of side tangents for just these 6 pickups right there. But again, I've only seen one of these, and that was All Hallows Eve, which I would definitely recommend if you are a fan of Halloween horror anthology movies. If you like Art the Clown, you like Terrifier, check this one out. It was his first feature-length film for Art the Clown. Same director, Damien Leone, but again, a different actor as Art the Clown. But I think he's a horror icon. I can't wait for Terrifier 2. I want more of a storyline for it, though. I felt like the storyline was just so basic. I know, slasher movies, people say, oh, what do you expect? Sometimes you expect a little bit more. It's something to stand out. And this, there's so many slashers out there. You want them to stand out. It's the whole kind of idea. But yeah, I thought the storyline for this one was really good. Basically, these kids, they are going trick-or-treating. They get their candy back. There's a babysitter there, and they're going through their bags of candy, and they find a VHS tape, and they pop it in, and they see creepy Art the Clown, and they see certain scenes, and then you kind of follow into those scenes, and there's a phone call, and I don't know, there's some crazy scenes in here. Again, there's one segment that really doesn't really look great, and I think, again, budgetary constraint, but the rest of the segments I think really work well. And then the wraparound part with Art the Clown, and there's a scene at the end that I think is just super creepy. But there you go. Those are the 6 pickups. Let me know what you think of them, if you've seen any of them, and let me know which one of these is your favorite, and let me know which one I should watch first. I feel like Art the Clown, All Hallows Eve, I try to watch this every Halloween now, so I haven't watched it yet this season. So there you go. And let me know for like the horror TV shows coming out now too. Chucky, I saw the first pilot episode and I love the heck out of that one with the Devon Sawas. And then the talent show, The Kill. I can't wait for season 2. Came on last night. I'm gonna watch it actually probably tomorrow. But then there's gonna be the Hellraiser one, and then Day of the Dead. I Know What You Did Last Summer. So a ton of horror TV shows coming out, and I'm excited. But yeah, let me know if there's any horror TV shows that you would recommend me checking out, and what your favorite all-time horror TV show is. I grew up on like Tales from the Crypt, so that's a classic for me. But there's a lot of great ones out there. Walking Dead's still going. It's the final season. I stopped watching that like I want to say 3 seasons ago, but I feel like I'm so invested. I should finish it now. But it just got too derivative for me, and they killed off all my characters I cared about. But I should finish it. But there you go. Those are the pickups. Leave me all those comments down below. And thank you for all the support on here. I really do appreciate it. You guys rock. I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying Halloween season, 31 days of Halloween, and spooky season. Take care.